What's up, y'all? My name is Prince, and I'm an urban acolyte. This is my vlog where I kind of talk about random stuff on my mind. And today's topic is going to be my thoughts after completing week 3 of the GMB Elements workout program. So if you didn't know, because maybe you haven't watched my other videos about GMB Elements, I'm focused on completing this program because it's a prerequisite to getting accepted into the GMB apprenticeship program. This is something I've been talking about wanting to do for the last 3 years, and I'm finally pushing myself to not only complete the program, but to document the process in my vlog. Now, in the video for week 1, I talked about physical autonomy and how this training is a mindfulness practice. And in week 2, I built on the idea of this being a mindfulness practice, and I talked about being able to listen to your body. See, listening skill is important. I mean, mindfulness is really just a fancy term for paying attention. Now, if you pay attention to your training, you can keep making gains. It's not sexy, it's not exciting, it's not the fast path to success, but it's like the slow and steady way to keep going and pushing through those plateaus. So in week 3, we're still building on the skills of bear, frog, and monkey. I mean, that's basically what you're doing throughout Elements. These are building the foundation for some really advanced skills that come in later programs, or if you decide to train on your own for more advanced gymnastic skills. But like I was saying, this week builds on bear, monkey, and frog by introducing variations of the basic movements that were learned in weeks 1 and 2. Now, what I enjoyed the most for this week was probably the high frogger. At the time, I thought the high frogger helped build a good foundation for handstand training, so I was more interested in doing this exercise than the other variations introduced, and I did not realize until much later that all of these exercises are developing the handstand. And I'm still not sure what the bent arm bear does, but I've seen other GMB trainers do the bear and bent arm bear in handstand tutorials. The 180 degree monkey, besides being a fun transition from monkey and frog, develops the cartwheel. And the cartwheel is also a skill that will eventually help to develop the handstand. So like I said, everything in Elements builds a bunch of other skills that cross over into developing other advanced skills. So yeah, this program is appropriately named Elements, just like the elements on the periodic table. They're the building blocks for a lot of cool stuff that comes later when you develop the strength, flexibility, and motor control to eventually do those more advanced movements. One of the things that I learned this week, and this was a tough lesson, is how important it is to not expect too much out of a workout. Now, I'm touching on the specificity principle. I've talked about this in other videos, but I don't think the people who aren't trainers really understand what this means. So I was looking at myself in the mirror a lot lately. This is week 3, and I have not noticed much as far as changes to my physique. Now, one thing, even though I'm a personal trainer, I do not own a working scale in my house. I actually own 2 scales, but like I said, there is not a working scale. I have no idea if I've gained or lost weight. I've not taken any measurements, not my inches or my body fat. I haven't even taken pictures, like the infamous bathroom selfie. If I've had any changes to my physique, I would really have no way of knowing outside of comparing regular pictures from a few weeks ago to right now. And that wouldn't really be a good measure on a program that I've only been doing for 3 weeks, unless I did some kind of crash diet that was specifically aimed at helping me cut weight quickly. And here's what I'm really driving at with all of this. Look, I'm doing a skill-based program, so in terms of specificity, you train a certain way to achieve a specific goal, right? I'm training to become better at the bear, the monkey, and the frog, so that I can eventually perform more advanced calisthenics and gymnastic skills. I'm not training to shrink my waistline or get bigger biceps or lose 20 pounds in the next 8 weeks. I'm training to develop a certain set of skills. People think, oh, well, I'm doing this workout, I should really be seeing results. And it's like, yeah, you can see results, but the results that you expect are not the results that your program was created to deliver. Look, it's like going to a Zumba class, and women will go to Zumba expecting to burn all these calories and lose all this weight. And that's how Zumba's marketed to them. But if you look at a Zumba class, you're not actually going to lose a lot of weight at Zumba. You're going to get better at dancing and doing Zumba. That's how it's set up. The result, according to the specificity principle, And according to the things that you need to do to lose weight in a Zumba class or to get better at Zumba, Zumba isn't really designed for weight loss. And I actually want to do an entire video on that. And it'll probably piss off a bunch of women, but hey man, truth hurts. But anyway, I'm off on a tangent, so this is a good place to wrap up this video. Look y'all, I've completed GMB Elements week 3. It's been a lot of fun. Be sure to check back for my week 4 video. But anyway, hey, my name is Prince. This has been my vlog, and that's all I got for this one. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and click on that subscribe button so that you can take your first steps towards becoming an urban acolyte. Embark on the journey of becoming the hero of your own story and become a force for change in your community. Make sure to check out more videos from this channel, especially the one that YouTube has recommended for you. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching. Y'all keep on breathing, and may the force of others be with you. Always.